Today I published my latest version of my article on Penrose and Kerr singularities on Zenodo preprint. And as I see in the new version of Zenodo, you can also make comments. I study relativity for the last 20 years, and the theory of relativity is not a physical theory, this is mathematical theory. And my big desire in all these years was to develop relativity into physical theory. I believe I succeeded to a certain extent, and I developed a relativity where there is no length contraction, there is no time dilation. Sure, when the gravity is stronger, clocks are running slower, but there is no time as a physical distance. And I actually developed the model of space-time into the model of time invariant space, where time is only duration of motion when measured. And this curvature of space that is represented in scientific community as something extraordinary, elegant, and efficient. Actually, I can say that that the idea that the curvature of space carries gravity actually is not scientific idea. This is pseudoscience. I know that most of you will disagree, but we don't have a single scientific evidence that universal space is curved. Okay. NASA has measured in 2014 that universal space has Euclidean shape. And imagine Cavendish experiment when the smaller ball is moving towards the bigger ball. According to Einstein, the bigger ball is curving the space, and that's why the smaller ball is coming closer. I mean, for me, this is quite a nonsense. The curvature of space is nonsense, and we cannot progress gravity theory, we cannot progress cosmology, and we cannot develop a theory of everything where we will integrate gravity to electromagnetism, weak force, and strong nuclear force, because this curvature of space is something that is, we can say, the most appropriate term is mathematical philosophy. Has nothing to do with physics. My idea years ago was to develop a model where curvature of space will be, this model will be developed into something more physical, something that that has physical properties. And so I developed a model where more space is curved, less space is dense. Instead of curvature of space, I develop a variable energy density of space. And every physical object is diminishing energy density of space in its center exactly for the amount of its mass. This is so-called mass energy equivalence principle extension on the universal space. And the formula for this you can see on my YouTube channel. Yeah, the formula is energy is mc square is Planck energy density minus energy density in the center of the physical object by volume. This is the formula. Energy is mass c square, Planck energy density minus energy density in the center per volume. Out of that follows that gravity force is the force that is integrated in the space, is actually a property of space, and this gravity vector is always pointing from higher energy density to lower energy density. This has a huge implications on the physics of black holes, because in the model I developed, there are no singularities of any type in the black holes. There is no Kerr singularities, there is no Penrose singularities. Energy density of space in the center of black holes is at the minimum, and there is no gravity there. It is not that in the center of the black hole gravity is infinite. There is no gravity there, in the same way that as there is no gravity in the center of the Earth, in the center of the Sun. So the Newton shell theorem is also valid for the black holes. I know that this is a shock for physics, that somehow what I am experiencing, what I experienced now in last year, that all the journals which have a high impact factor, they don't want to send my article in the peer review. And also I received some opinions that actually that my article, which now this preprint on Zenodo, that this is a handwriting, that this is just my personal story. I have to tell you that that curvature of space is personal story of Albert Einstein. What I developed in order to clean, to polish physics of all this mathematical philosophy is that every element in the model must have some correspondent element in the physical reality. This is so-called bijective research methodology. We cannot introduce in physics new terms without being sure that they have physical existence. Let's say this is the case with the dark matter. Dark matter was proposed 50, 60 years ago because the galactic curves, the stars on the outer part of galaxies have speed that's too big as it should be according to Newton physics. So they said there must be some hidden matter somewhere, so that they are spinning so fast, they are rotating, better term, rotating so fast around the galaxy, around the center of the galaxy. And they have been searching for dark matter for years and years, and now they see there is no dark matter. Because the center, the black holes in the center of galaxy are also rotating this superfluid space. That's why we have these galactic curves. That's why the, the stars on the border of galaxy have a higher rotational speed. And there are many, many such things in physics. What is happening actually in the last 50 years and even more, this has started with Albert Einstein, that when physicists cannot explain something, they just invent some new mathematical model, some new term, and they say this is because of this. The same is the case with the Higgs field, uh, which was introduced in order to explain inertial mass of the proton. And now we have all this chaos with the Higgs field. But let's leave this for now. So I'm inviting everybody who has interest in black holes physics to check my article, to write opinion, and I think it's time that we acknowledge that the curvature of space actually belongs to the history of physics. Today I was searching 1 hour to get an article in a peer-reviewed journal, what is with the curvature of space inside stellar objects? If it is not a black hole, let's say, what is with the curvature of space inside planet Earth? You don't have such papers. You know, this curvature of space is such a vagus model that that we have to acknowledge that the variable energy density of space is a much better model, and it's something that is real. As this famous spiritual masters say from India, real is what works. So I wish you good evening, and read my article if you feel it, and give it feedback.